Serving drinks. Now that you understand how to take a drinks order, let's take a look at how to serve drinks at the table. We'll be looking at setting up the tray, serving the drink, serving fine spirits, and topping up drinks. Let's start with setting up the tray. If you watched the previous lessons on glassware and tray service, this rule won't be new to you. Drinks, just like cutlery and empty glasses, are always delivered to the guest on a tray. By now, you should know why. Can you list the 2 reasons why drinks are carried on a tray? It's because carrying a glass with your hands leaves fingerprints on the beautifully polished glasses. And also because your hands heat up the glass, which in turn warms the liquid in the glass. This is also why you should hold the glass as low down the stem or body as possible. When setting up your tray back of house, note the order the drinks should be placed on the tray. For example, you will serve the lady's drink first, so place her drink where you can reach it easily. Always place the most unstable items closest to your body. Why do you think that is? This gives you more control over these unstable items, making it less likely that you will spill them. This way, if you spill or get knocked, the drinks will spill towards you and not over a guest. Now let's move on to serving the drink. In the next lesson, we'll take a closer look at the techniques involved in serving specific types of drinks from a tray, but the following provides you with the basic principles for serving drinks. The drinks order must be delivered to the guest within 5 minutes. If the guest orders a drink in a bottle, can, or carafe, you should bring this separately and always ask the guest permission to pour it for them. This is important because guests have specific preferences. For example, with spirits and mixers, the amount of mixer that is added changes the flavor of the drink. You can then pour the drink on the tray. It is important that the beverage container doesn't touch the lip of the glass you are pouring into, since this can be unhygienic. By now you know that you must serve the guest with open body language. But also note that you position the glass so that it is comfortable for the guest to reach it easily and keep it in the guest's space. The main glass that the guest is using, usually the water glass or the wine glass, should be placed just above the main knife on the table setting. Don't place short glasses behind taller glasses. Why do you think that is? It's because the guest is more likely to knock them over if they have to reach around to reach the glass. Next, let's talk about serving fine spirits. You've already seen all the questions you need to ask to take a spirit's drink order accurately. If a spirit is served with a mixer, you would serve it as you would a normal drink, by asking the guest whether you can pour it for them and pouring it on a tray. But when serving fine aged spirits, such as whiskey, cognac, aged rum, and aged tequila, a special type of service is required. Great care and time have been taken to create these golden liquids, and so great care should be taken when serving them. So, when serving fine spirits, take the spirit in the requested glass to the table on a tray, with a small container of ice and a carafe of water. This way, the guest will be able to either tell you exactly how much ice and water they would like, or they will simply pour it themselves, according to how they like it. When you arrive at the table, place the glass on the table, and then the ice bucket and the water, so that the guest can pour their drink with the greatest ease. When it comes to the service of brandy, a common misconception about brandy service is that the glass should be preheated in order to heat up the spirit. This is believed to better bring out the spirit's aromas. However, the most delicate and subtle aromas of these spirits leave the glass as soon as it reaches a temperature higher than that of a guest's hand. This means that you should never ever heat a glass into which a spirit is going to be placed. Rather, the shape of the glass allows the guest's hand to warm the brandy to the perfect temperature for those wonderful aromas to be released and enjoyed. When you are carrying brandy balloons and presenting them to your guests, you must always hold them by the stem. If the stem is too short to hand a guest a brandy balloon without touching the bowl, present it on a tray to prevent fingerprints and warm hands on the glass. Lastly, let's learn about topping up guests' drinks. Whether it is water, wine, or any other type of drink, you must ensure that the drinks are topped up or the guest is offered another. This must happen within 2 minutes of the guest finishing their drink. Whether wine or water, beer or bubbly, always ask the guest whether they would like another bottle or glass. Never assume that they will want another or want another of the same. This is simply because the guest is paying for the beverage, and particularly for bigger parties, they don't want to get a nasty surprise at the end of the evening, realizing they have had 5 bottles of wine and 10 bottles of water. So, if you see Mr. Phillips's beer is finished, you may ask him if he would like another one by saying, "Mr. Phillips, another Heineken for you." Or, if you see that guests have empty wine glasses and the bottle at the table is empty, you should ask the host if they would like another bottle of the same wine, or if they would like to see the wine list. For instance, "Mrs. Davids, may I offer you another bottle of the Chateau Margaux, or shall I bring you the wine list?" When topping up wine, also ensure that you are topping up the same wine as the guest has in their glass. One red wine can taste completely different to another. The same is true of white wine. So remember who is drinking which wine. Because wines taste different, if the guest requests a different wine, ensure that you bring clean glasses with the wine. So, the important rules and tips you learnt in this lesson are setting up the tray, serving the drink, serving fine spirits, and topping up drinks. Well done.